If you're reading this, it is too late. Something ominous.
So you got some pretty big shoes to fill, but I think you can do it.
I don't know, we got something going like pretty good this year. I feel like the team culture has been like very well cultivated over the last even before we got here, starting with the seniors before us and before them. So I'll just say try to maintain that culture and keep growing.
I feel like I'd say the first line would probably be I believe in you.
Mm-hmm. And don't be afraid to step up and be a leader. I think the team is going to need a lot of good leadership, especially because we're losing a lot of our confidence, our solid, top 7. So yeah, don't be afraid to step up and lead them in a good direction.
My first line would be, gentlemen, there's some big shoes to fill, but you guys are ready for it.
So make it your season and it'll be a good one.
I feel like there can be maybe expectations just coming off previous years, we've been very good, so it's I don't know, don't let that consume you. You don't have to be great right away. It's don't let those heavy expectations of the past weigh you down.
Yeah. On a related note, just similar to what Joey was saying, I would say be your own team. Don't try to compare next year's team to prior years because it's a different group, it's a different core group, and you guys don't have to put unnecessary burden of expectation on that year's team. You just gotta be your own team.
That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah. I feel like they all showed up. We got in a meeting at the start of the year to rework the pillars, and obviously we base that off of our experiences, so I don't know, I feel like we see it every day in the way that we react with each other, the way that we cheer each other on, and how we carry ourselves.
When I go home and people from home, family and friends ask me about my experience here, the word family gets brought up in every single sentence. I think inside of running and outside of running, family is such a huge piece of what we do here, and I think the people that are on this team are going to be a part of my life forever, and I think that's where the big family piece comes in, and I think that's truly the secret to our success is our family aspect of things. So
I think just from coming in as a freshman, there was always an expectation to be great in the program, and this goes along with the pursuit of excellence. We had such good role models with Ethan Gregg and Isaac Wegner that I just got to see what it took to pursue that excellence and what that looked like. So then my whole experience was just based off trying to do what they did, but just kind of in my own way. You gotta mold it into your own, whatever works for you. There's not one true path that's gonna help you achieve excellence. So
yeah, during team meetings, if we do shout outs, everyone has to pick a pillar of what it goes under, and I feel like every single time we have a meeting there's so many shout outs because there's just so much love, and everyone is just so excited to cheer each other on and support each other and recognize each other's wins. So
I feel like family is such a huge part of everything we do, and one of my favorite examples is that every year's Nationals road crew. That's my favorite experience from every single year, and getting to go there and watch the team just do so good, and that there's so much bonding time in there, and when you're taking a long road trip, but it's so much fun. Yeah.
This year I've felt more of that family environment, especially just seeing over the past 4 years, seeing how much closer the men's and women's programs have gotten. We feel like one cohesive unit, and when we're competing, it's been cool to see us succeed and then them succeed alongside us, so we get to run our race and then go cheer them on. And when we're racing, we get support from all sides, so it really does feel like one big family.
There'll be a lot of shout outs for supporting each other during the race, or saying the right things when someone needed it.
Yeah. I think one that stuck out to me was our conference shout outs. We shouted out just the road crew and the cheerleaders that we had, and they made pyramids on the side of the course, and we were coming through, and I think every single one of us racers had a smile on our face, and that just shows how much we love each other and how supportive we are of each other. So.
Anything that goes on outside of
your direct running, because obviously you expect your teammates to support you in your running, but even stuff outside of that in your life, like whether it be if you pass an exam or if you got a job offer or whatever it may be, like we do shout outs at the beginning of practice, and people will like bring that up in front of the team and acknowledge it and support it. So I think like our family wants to see people succeed in all aspects of life, which is awesome.
When I finish a race, the amount of hugs and support that I get, and like how just like amazed your teammates are by your performance or just like you finishing a race. Like I never had that in high school. I never had anything like that. So just to have like a million hugs and just people being like, wow, I'm so proud of you. And like some people, I've like gotten hugs where people have just been crying, and I think that is just truly incredible. So
This team does a really good job of supporting you outside of running. If you have things going on in your life that maybe you don't want to bring into practice, like they're more than willing to talk to you outside of that environment and just make sure you're heard. And that's something I've definitely felt this year, for sure.
Last year conference, it's not like I wasn't expecting support, but everybody except I guess the freshmen know that like the women have always been a little bit less hoorah when it comes to like conference and cheering. And I just remember last year, like we got to the huddle and I think it was like Ella, Lily, Eileen. I don't know if there were more people. Sorry if there were more people and I forgot. But they were like all painted up, just in their sports bras. It was cold and they just ran in and they were like yelling, and it was so fun. I had a smile on my face for the rest of the day. And then this year we got the pyramids. So getting to see the women like start getting crazy for conference has been really, really fun and exciting.
I would say when I was like really bad my freshman year, just blowing up every race, it was still awesome that, you know, the coaches, the ATs, people in SBC, everyone was still so invested in me, and I felt like I was still treated like I was like a scoring member of the team, which really helped me, you know, want to get better. And
Yeah, not only do we support each other like in the sport, but also like outside of the sport. I feel like when someone's going through a hard time, like we're all just like there for you, and there's always ups and downs of running, and when people have downs, like we all recognize it and check in on each other. So I think that's really important too, and so cool.
Last year I was doing a research experiment for my psychology class, and like they've said already in this interview, I feel like we all see each other from a running lens first, it seems like. So having I invited everybody to come help me in my study, and probably 40 kids from the cross country team showed up, and it was just kind of awesome that they all showed up because they all wanted to be a part of my life and a part of my research. And I think that's something that certainly goes overlooked, is like everybody here does truly care about each other and wants to be a part of your life and help you out in your endeavors. And that specific experience really showed that to me.
Yeah, I feel like another, like a big part of it outside of like just from like the good things when like running isn't going your way or like you have a bad race, everybody's like there to support you too, and like it's so encouraging and reminding you of like all the good things that are still going on.